Hi everyone, my name is David Hurwich, and I'm an instructor here at Chabot College. In the fall, I'm going to be teaching a really awesome class called Digital Media or DIGM14, 3D Modeling and Animation. It's going to be Mondays and Wednesdays from 2:40 in the afternoon till about 5:20, twice a week. And we're going to learn all about 3D modeling. Okay, 3D modeling is this great kind of thing to learn. You can use 3D modeling for doing things like 3D animation, like think like a Pixar movie or something from DreamWorks. It can also be used in things like video games. So if you've ever played maybe like a casual game on your phone and there's, characters moving in 3D space or 3D objects, assets as we would call them. You can also use 3D modeling tools for creating 3D prints. So if you've ever done any 3D printing or have any interest in doing 3D printing, what I teach you in this course can be very relevant. So, there's lots of areas where 3D modeling can be used for expression, like artistically, but also for jobs, things like animation, things like if you work in architecture or layout or something like that. Or like I said, if you're in manufacturing and you want to be able to utilize 3D printing more or something like that, this course might be for you. We are going to be using Blender. Blender is a free open source program, so it's free, so you guys can work with it not only in class but at home at no cost to you. Just a little fun tidbit: the 2025 best feature animation was a movie called Flow, and that was using Blender. So you can definitely do some good stuff with it. These are just some examples of previous student work, just to give you an idea. This is the website. I'm going to put it up in the little linkies below here, but you can go to bit.ly DIGM14 fall 2026, and this should take you to this website. And here I just have some models that were done in my class. So you can kind of see people were building different things. So first we learn about modeling, 3D modeling, what's called polygon modeling, and we'll talk all about that. So we'll talk about how to model, how to do something called materials, how to create virtual lighting and virtual cameras. And that's what this is, people building characters or pool tables or, trucks and things like that. Then we get into something called rigging, and we get into animation. So I'm just going to show a couple here, but you can kind of see like people build very simple characters and animate them. So it utilizes not only being able to model, but also being able to animate. And we'll talk about animation. Okay, if you want to see these more in depth, you can go to my website. And then the final project is people literally doing an animation. So it's a short animation. I'll show you guys a couple examples. These were done last year. This one, specific one was done last time I taught the course. So this person built this character, she modeled it, built the, all the, okay. Here's another one. Which one is this one? Oh, this is another one that was done last time I taught the class. It's more of a horror one. So you built this character, animated it. So you can see there's a lot going on with lighting in this particular example. All right, so you can see that we do a lot in this class, both in terms of modeling. So if you're more interested in modeling and building 3D spaces, you can use these 3D spaces. Like I said, it could be for animation, but it could also be for these could be assets in a video game if you're interested in kind of going in that direction, like Unity or Godot or something like that, or Unreal Engine. You could, I've used this to do my own 3D printing. I've also used this for if you have any interest in doing sort of virtual reality or augmented reality, once again, this kind of usually are assets that come into play. So, there's a lot of ways to kind of, go through this area here. Okay. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me. My name right here in the doobity doops. I look forward to talking to all of you. If you have any, and having you guys in my course for the fall. Okay.